All right, YouTube, it's June 29th, 2022. We got a quick update, but I do got to start off with making a little point, going on a little rant. I'll try not to go too long because we just want to do a quick update this morning for you guys. As the markets are continuing to the downside, our analysis has proven correct once again. And I want to be clear, I am not here to hype. I don't know what people are getting from my videos. I try to provide information. I try to, tell you guys which way the markets are going. I'm not here to hype. I'm not here to be a we're all gonna make it channel, with some O-face headlines, thumbnails, and crazy stuff going on. For me, it's about cutting through the narrative and getting you focused on what actions you should be taking on a daily basis so that you can survive. This is a matter of survival. This is not about hype. This isn't about, hey, let's get these all my followers to pump my bags. Absolutely not. No, I'm trying to help you guys survive this financial crisis, the financial tsunami that has now hit shore. While the other pundits are debating whether or not we're going into a recession, I'm here to say you're going to die if you don't have a plan. This is not hype. What is hype about that? About me saying the middle class is getting sacrificed as we speak. What is hype about that? So, just a quick side note. If you're looking to get access to our programs, because I believe that what we're talking about on this channel, it's not hype, it's work. Most people don't want to hear, that you got to actually put in some work these days. I think that our programs are going to actually help people make it through these times, right? And so if you're looking to get access, you can head on over to my website, zachrector.com, sign up for Patreon. You'll get access to my Discord group. And the Discord group's where it all goes down. It's a community of like-minded individuals that are going to ride out this storm. And I just launched my business development program so that people can figure out how to stack up a ridiculous amount of cash, or at least enough cash to survive this economic crisis. And I called this video Survival of the Fittest because that's what's taking place in the cryptocurrency space. That's what's taking place in banking. And it's what's taking place across the world right now. A lot of these snowflakes that do get offended have no chance. And like I always say, all the better for us. It's an incredible opportunity for us. While the masses are distracted, we're going to make moves with the elites, with the mega banks, and everything that we talk about. Survival of the fittest is underway, though. And so let's get into this quick update this morning. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Like I said, it's all over at the website, zachrector.com. If you want the merch, if you want to get in the group, it's all there. Business development program just launched, and I just dropped my first webinar Sunday. Really looking forward. I think it's going to bring a lot of value. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. All right, let's get it going. So, like I said, survival of the fittest is underway. FTX CEO, there are some third-tier exchanges that are already secretly insolvent. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. And these guys that, are solvent, that, actually back their stable coins, that actually have your crypto on their exchange backed up in cold storage, actually, aren't over levered. They're actually starting to get bold right now. Kind of like Brad Garlinghouse, There's a reason why he can walk around the world and shake hands with the suits and act so bold with everything that he's talking about. Is because they aren't backed up by, basically funny money, by fake. They actually have what they say they have. Now, I don't know if this is actually truly the case with FTX, because a lot of the exchanges are doing back and forth right now. What was that? CoinFlex that was charging Roger Ver for defaulting on his margin. Roger Ver says, I don't have any margin with, or no, I do have funds with them, but that they owe me. It's this all tick for tack back and forth. Who's broke, who's not, who's insolvent, who's got the money. But what we're starting to see is we're seeing who's been swimming naked, right? The tide's gone out. We're seeing who's swimming naked, and many of these exchanges are ready to fold. Now, this is key, though, from Peter Schiff. Every time the economy enters recession, it takes a larger dose of monetary stimulus to get it out. That's because the stimulus prevents real solutions from taking place and sows the seeds of a worse recession to come. This recession will now require a fatal overdose of stimulus. It's like a drug addict, right? And this is what we're seeing right now in the United States. The rest of the world's already past that brink. They're past that point. They're already in a debt and liquidity crisis that's spiraling out of control. The people are starting to riot in the streets because they don't have food, energy, and they barely have a house to live in. Now it's coming home to roost, and you're seeing that the House of Cards in DC, the swamp, is being completely exposed. While they're trying to get us to focus on the January 6th orchestration, right? The financial tsunami is here. The debt liquidity crisis is here. And every time the economy enters recession, it takes a larger dose of monetary stimulus to get it out. Here's where we've positioned ourselves accordingly. If they decide to pump and continue the inflation pump to the moon, we're invested in assets that'll go. Our cryptocurrency bags will go. And it only makes the opportunity greater for us because everything gets propped up, right? But then when we get the shift over to the new financial system, that's just more value that gets transferred over to the new system. Does that make sense? Right? So as they prop this up, all of this, we are starting to find out where the real value's at as this thing falls apart. But the more that they pump it up, that's the greater the opportunity for us. They're backed into a corner right now. Either they continue raising interest rates, drop their balance sheet, and pull the plug on the United States economy, and we die, or they give us a lethal overdose of stimulus, just like Peter Schiff says. Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell gets 20 years in prison for sex trafficking, and not a single client has been named. I wanted to make a point on this. We know who was there. Not everyone. We can't confirm, right, with 100% certainty, but it's pretty freaking clear. Look at these sick guys. You take one look at these guys, it's pretty freaking sick, and it's pretty obvious where they've been and what they're doing. So yeah, we don't have a single client name. The book hasn't been released, but we know who's been there. We know the names. We got a pretty good hunch. And where the hell are those guys? Where are they? They've seemed to have gone missing, haven't they? Side point though, we didn't really expect much to come of this. We were very hopeful, right? But like I said, it is all getting exposed. It's just a matter of how far are they going to let it get exposed before they capitulate, give in, turn themselves in the case of the SEC versus Ripple case, until they, give in and declare XRP is a currency in its current state and set Ripple free, set the truth free. These people are evil. These people are sick. Ghislaine Maxwell gets 20 years. That's essentially a slap on the wrist fine compared to the crimes against humanity that have been committed on that island and by many people that we already know. Like I said, take one look, and I'm not going to name the names, but take one look at these guys and you can just tell these pot belly. We better not talk about it. Okay. Let's see what else we're working with. Russia has passed a bill to remove VAT taxes on cryptocurrency sales. Right. So it's been interesting to watch this back and forth with Russia, with China. They ban it. They approve it. No tax. They just said in some Chinese state paper that Bitcoin's going to zero. We've been talking about that for a while. Russia has passed a tax, though, to remove the value-added tax on taxes of cryptocurrency sales. So that would be treating it more like a currency, which is good to see. But the problem is the big bad boogeyman over there in Russia. Remember, the more that Russia goes into cryptocurrency, the more evil, the more of an excuse our country here in America is going to have to regulate and restrict cryptocurrency. So it's been interesting to watch that unfold with the back and forth with Russia. We'll continue to watch that one. Justin Cardano has had the highest development activity in the last 30 days compared to any other network, according to Sentiment Analytics. So I wanted to point this out. I don't own any Cardano. I'm not a huge fan. I love Charles Hoskinson. They just don't get me excited. They don't turn me on like many cryptocurrencies. But this is an important thing to see here. You start to see, right, what projects still have development going on during a bear market. That is very, very crucial. Did ADA get overhyped when it pumped to $3? Yeah, everything got overhyped. It was a hype premium, right? So everything kind of went crazy, right? But this is what you want to see, right? Ripple continues to expand their partnerships and growth during a bear market, right? Cardano, the highest amount of development activity in the last 30 days compared to any other network. Now that's great. I would wonder though, are they factoring in what's happening on the private layer for XRPL? Are they factoring in what's happening on the private ledger for central banks? I don't know if that gets picked up by this analytics firm. This is just one analytics firm making this claim. So, but it is interesting to note Cardano, for those of you, I know a lot of you folks like your ADA, you got a little bag, and that's great. This one's from Michael Burry, the guy who called The Big Short, right? The housing crisis. I see a bifurcated labor market developing as unskilled and semi-skilled remain in short supply, but white-collar workers, having proven their redundancy during COVID, will find gross excess in the labor market, pressuring wages at the end. This is a big time shift that's taking place, and a recession is always going to bring mass layoffs, and we've had the most hype speculative bull run for these companies, for these stocks. They didn't have to have a product. They didn't have to have profit. They needed to have a sales pitch. They could effectively go raise hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. So that's what's happening. Now we're starting to see the fat getting trimmed off, and there's a lot of fat to get trimmed off. The rise and fall of the consumer. This is a thread. I'm not going to go into it. You guys already know. The consumer is at one of the worst spots right now. I saw one of the TikTok influencers yesterday. Nobody is talking about the fact that Gensler just declared Bitcoin a commodity. It's like, bro, no one can feed their family or fill up their gas tank, and they cannot afford their rent going up another 10, 20% this year. They don't know what to do as the equity in their house is falling. Nobody cares, bro. Bitcoin doesn't solve anything. Don't you get it? It's a waste of energy. And yet, you still got the kids trying to pump Bitcoin, trying to pump other crap. And they don't understand that we don't live at mommy's house anymore, bro. We've moved out. We got families. We got businesses. We're trying to survive. Bitcoin doesn't do anything for us. It is not a store of value. I'm even seeing some guys, I respect a lot of guys that are even touting that Bitcoin is a store of value and saying that they're buying Ethereum and buying VET and buying Crow. Which, to each their own. I mean, I'm not here to give financial advice either, but when I just look at those two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, VET and Crow, that's another discussion for another day. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, I mean, why? It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of space. It's a waste of human energy and human capital. Ethereum, why do you want to invest in that corruption, that evil that's holding back the cryptocurrency space? I'm not here to be on some moral high ground, but why? Why? I'm not a tree hugger, but why waste the energy of a whole country on the Bitcoin inefficient payments network? Electronic peer-to-peer cash. Yeah, that program's working out real well. Not. Okay. This is what's happening right now. Bank of America says blockchain technology and the cryptocurrency ecosystem are here to stay. Remember, Bank of America, longtime Ripple partner going back to 2018. So, go figure. They were piloting the XRP ledger 4 or 5 years ago. I think they understand how to use this technology and what the benefits could be. I think that you're going to see a huge amount of consolidation in the banking industry, the banking financial system. And some of the winners that are going to come out, I think, will be like B of A. You're going to see some others as well. Huge amount of consolidation. But these guys, they're going to be here to stay. And, my plan is to take in my XRP to a Bank of America and take out a loan against my XRP to go buy real estate, to go buy more businesses. When XRP moons and we come into this wealth, you guys need to have a strategy. You guys need to have a plan. For me, I'm waiting for serious players to come to the game that are going to offer me, solid deals. Not I'm going to stake my XRP on some platform for 10, 20%, and I have no idea what they're doing with my cryptocurrency, which I understand. We're all down with the banks and whatever. Oh, okay, that's fine. For me, the banks don't bother me, really. Like, whether we use US dollar, whether we are trading seashells, like, I'm going to run my businesses to provide value, whether we go to the barter service, whatever currency we're using, I'm going to be providing value. So, to me, the banks, yeah, they're kind of screwing you over with the interest rates and the credit card programs and all that. They trap a lot of people. I get that. But that's our program, is not getting trapped and freeing ourselves and using the same tactics that the elite use to game this program, to game this system. You don't have to sell your soul to the beast to make it. Okay? Continuing on. Yeah, actually, that's the only things that I had for you guys today. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in this morning. Yeah, we called the bull trap perfectly, right? The pump that we just had. What is the cryptocurrency market at right now? Let's go to Coin Market Cap. Take a look here at our prices. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of you. And see, this is why I continue on. I appreciate that comment. This guy says, wow, this young man gets it. So for all the negative haters and all that, I get 10 times more love, appreciation, and respect for people that understand that we're just trying to cut through. No hype, no BS, not we're all going to make it. Hey, your 2000 XRP is going to give you generational wealth. That's not what we're here for. Okay, we're here to say stack your XRP, stack your utility cryptocurrencies, stack your precious metals, start a side hustle, start a business, understand real estate strategies, understand why we hold precious metals, have a full, complete prepping strategy so that you can feed your family and heat your house throughout the whole storm. What are you talking about, hype? Yeah, I get hype when I'm talking about this because I want people to understand the seriousness of the situation, how dire the consequences are going to be if you're not taking action. Bitcoin's trading at 20,000 right now. Okay, ETH is down to 1,100, and XRP is at 32 cents. It's funny. Reading some of my early comments here on TikTok and on YouTube when I first started up the stream, and mostly TikTok, the kids. Crypto's crashing. Like, bro, it's down 5%. This is not a crash, guys. The market is going down, though, as we predicted. Chris Cox, thank you for the super chat. So the Hinman calendar is due to be made available by tomorrow under Stuart Young's FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request. Thoughts on this? You know, whether we see it, whether we don't, at the end of the day, we've invested accordingly, right? It's like I wasn't holding my breath waiting for Ghislaine Maxwell to, you know, open up the book and we were going to get all the names and everyone in the cabal is going to be exposed and arrested tomorrow and all that. We got to be realistic here, and we got to just invest accordingly and focus on what we can control. There's a reason why I don't give an update every day on the Ripple versus SEC case. I'm not here to say, oh, they stalled again. They did, you know, they did this. They redacted these few things out of this statement. In my opinion, you know, we completely have them all. We have this case won. I would love to see it exposed, but like I said, I don't put my focus and energy into it. But yeah, I mean, it is completely corrupt. Probably deserves prosecution and jail time for Hinman, but I won't be holding my breath. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. It's frustrating trying to spread the news to help these people. They will be broke before they get it. Yeah, and that's really the tough part, is most of them are starting at a point of being broke. They're broke, helpless, and desperate. Okay. Robert Kiyosaki says PhDs are poor, helpless, and desperate. Well, you know, what most people with a PhD, you know, hopefully they got something going on. But the fact is, the middle class and the poor are absolutely set up for sacrifice right now. And when you go and you're trying to help these people out, they're starting from a point of complete brainwashing. You got to rewire their whole brain. So it really takes a lot. The good news is that a lot of people are getting pushed to that brink. They said, man, I didn't like Trump, but what the hell's going on? You know, $6 gas, $700 Costco bill. My rent's getting jacked up by 20%. Why are we not pumping the oil in our country? You know, there's just so many common sense questions that they're so far gone, but eventually they get to a point where hopefully they break. Now, many people are lost. They're gone. There's no chance. And in fact, many people are in our way. Many people are holding us back. We got to do what we can. We reach out a hand. We try to help. We approach with sympathy, with empathy for their situation. We're not here to say, I told you so. I told you that, you know, all this was going to happen. We're here to say, hey, I'm glad that you're coming to listen now. Here's the program. We start with our prepping. We start with our defensive measures so that we can go on offense. The next step is income. After you take care of all your prepping, the next step is income. It's the most important thing. And it's the most important thing that you can control. We control income, and we can, for the most part, control our expenses, or they're fixed. Your housing, your gas bill, you know, your energy, and your food, pretty much all fixed, other than inflation just keeps bumping it up. But, you know, you're going to have to spend $500 a month on food. You're going to have to pay $2,000 a month in rent. You're going to have to pay $300 a month to fill up your tank. That's fixed. Now, the discretionary spending, that's what you can control. And I said, the first webinar that I just did on Sunday for my business development program, I said, It takes a half-hour conversation after dinner with your significant other to figure out how to cut expenses. That is easy, and that's a cop-out. In my opinion, it shouldn't take more than one evening after dinner with your significant other to come up with your budget. You got little apps on your phone now that'll help you track it. The most important thing is to then go to your income, because at the end of the day, it's income minus expenses, and that's going to give us our cash flow. It's going to give your business your profit, right? And for each household, that's the most important thing right now, is getting up that income. So we're going to start our side hustle. We're going to start our business. Then from there, we're going to talk about how much do we have left over to invest, and what is the best vehicle, what is the best asset class for us to be investing in. Our approach is to invest in a few asset classes. Personally, not financial advice, but what I'm doing is cryptocurrency, precious metals, and we have a strategy for real estate as well. Looking at a deal right now as well. It's a really good deal. Big margin. Okay. So we have strategies for each asset class, but we start with our prepping, take care of your defensive measures so that you can go on offense. Then we look at our income. How do we bring in more cash every month? Not only do we need to have cash so that we can survive this moment, we want to get more cash up so that we can invest, more of our income can go towards investments. That's where the wealth is going to be built. Then from there, we go in our strategies, and you got to figure out what's best for you, how much you need to allocate to cryptocurrency, precious metals, what your strategy for real estate is. Okay. If you're in the business arena, this is why I started the business development program, which if you want access, head to my website, sign up for Patreon. It's $45 a month. That gets you into the Discord group. Everything's in the Discord group, all the resources, all the community, and you get the business development program at no additional charge. It's all there. $45 a month. Okay. This is the greatest opportunity for those of you who are tapped in, and you guys are hustlers, you guys are ambitious, and you're into the business arena. Like I said, half these people are folding because they're so distracted on, Roe v. Wade, BS, and all this other distractions, right? A lot of people are just at the point of capitulation because it's tough out there. And this is all our opportunity. I keep on getting handed business. In my personal businesses. I have my landscape business and I have my media business. In my landscape business, it's not stopping. My competitors folding and saying, here you go. For free. You don't even have to buy us out. For free. So it's an incredible opportunity. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to take advantage of this. Not only survive, but maximize the opportunity to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you could smash that thumbs up for me on the way out, leave a 5-star review if you're on the podcast. I really, really appreciate all of your support. And if you can, help me by sharing this message with other like-minded individuals. Everything else is over at the website. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.